All right. So on tonight's video, I just got the Twin Otter from XPlane. So this is my first plane that I purchased. So it's a Payware plane. You can get free planes on xplane.org, but this plane you paid for it. So I just want to do like a little YouTube video kind of explaining everything. The cool thing about getting the Payware plane for the Twin Otter is you get a checklist that it comes with. So when you get the WinZip file and you put it in the plane, if you need the checklist to kind of fly it, it comes with it, which is really cool. So seaplanes, Twin Otter, DHC-6 Twin Otter. So click on that. So it comes with checklist. It also has a briefing chart too. So that's pretty useful. Just comes in a notepad with some extra little pointers, which is good. And the cool thing about this as well is it comes with different configurations as well. So let's go to XPlane here. So if you let's say you go to quick flight setup, and so I just flew it for the first time, DHC-6 Twin Otter. This is the cargo setup, but they also have long nose, cargo setup, amphibian. So amphibian basically means when you fly with the seaplane, the float configuration, but there's also wheels that you can bring down when you fly. So you can basically fly this airplane at airports, but then you can go land on water as well, or vice versa. Pontoon. So this one has strictly floats. So you'll see like these planes. I saw these planes when I was in Yellowknife at the dock at a company that I worked out there. So they basically had the Twin Otters out there on floats. Amphibian short nose and sky jumper. So this one I believe looks like a configuration for skydiving, which is pretty cool. Short nose and ski. So if you want to fly ski planes, they have that set up too, which is pretty cool. That'll be a cool little setup. So let's just go here. So DH6 Twin Otter. I have it in Yellowknife, which is where you would see a Twin Otter. They have lots of those planes out there. So let's go with fly with these options. So the first thing that I noticed when I flew it for fun is I wondered where the heck are the flaps, because you don't see the flaps in front of you in the cockpit. So if you're used to seeing the flaps, if you fly like a multi-engine plane, they're usually like right here. On the Twin Otter, I took off, I kind of flew them, like where the heck are the flaps? They're right here. So here's a different flap setting: 0, 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 40 degrees. And this looks like a friction lock. I don't think that really does much. And the cool thing, when you turn around and you can really see the how everything's set up, which is really unique. Interestingly enough, I had a job where I used to set up cargo in this actual aircraft, and it was really tough to put these down. It was a lot of work for the weight and balance and everything, and to get everything put in properly. A lot of this stuff was heavy, like oil drums, and yeah, it was pretty cool. So right now, they took all the seats out and they got a cargo configuration. So you can take the cargo out and put the seats on. That was another job I had too, where I did that in real life. So that was kind of cool. Lots of work. A lot of groundwork in aviation, especially flying these planes out here in Yellowknife. So, Yeah, let's just let's take off and just kind of have fun with the plane. I'm not going to use any like real checklist or anything. I just going to take off and then kind of fly, maybe try landing or something for fun. So we'll take off we'll just try 10-degree flaps, see how that is. And there's also circuit breakers on the left side of the plane. So these are circuit breakers if you're not familiar with that. And all the circuit breakers is if any of these pop out, then there's something wrong with the electronics that is connected to that specific thing in the plane. So if this ever pops out, first thing you do, what I was trained to do, is pop it back in and see what happens. If it pops back out again, you want to leave it, and you want to be aware that there's something wrong with the electronics for that specific thing that they're talking about. So there you go. And then let's see here. Okay, let's go and take off. And when I did my first circuit, I found the plane very fun to fly, and but obviously I still need to go through like some of the training. I guess I'll have to create my own sort of quote-unquote ground school to fly the Twin Otter, and I'll just kind of watch some videos on YouTube, I guess, watch other YouTubers fly the plane. Because I just put on YouTube, there are definitely some really good sim pilots that fly this, so I can just basically watch some videos to get some tips and go through checklists and see, maybe I can find a pilot operation handbook online or whatever. So, but it's going to be really fun to fly because these planes are pretty awesome. They go in some pretty remote areas, and maybe we can find some really cool places to fly too. So that'd be cool. So we'll take the park and brake off. So let's go ahead and add the throttle here. Another thing too, we now have a plane where it controls the prop. So you can put the prop full fine or full course depending on what your desired performance is. So that's something if you're could be new if you're going from a multi-engine or a single engine to a multi-engine, is controlling the prop, because most, like the Cessna 172 and the Diamond Eclipse, does not have the option to control the prop, like full fine and full course, or full course or fine, you can adjust it. So there we go. So we'll take off. Pretty good climb performance. Pretty cool. So I'm right at the red line for my torque, so I should probably maybe bring back the throttle a bit here. There we go. Lots to learn on how to fly this. So let's go ahead and we'll bank to the left 15 degrees here. Here are the IFR approach plates. So this is used to shoot an IFR approach. So we'll just bank to the left. Usually you don't want to bank more than 15 degrees from a climbing turn. And we'll just level off at 2,000 feet. And then we'll turn around and just maybe land back at the airport. It seems like a very smooth plane to fly. There's the airport here. So I'm not really following any flying rules right now. I'm just kind of Just getting used to the plane a bit on the simulator. So attitude, bring the power back, trim. There's that beacon. So if you're ever wondering where the runway or where the airport is when you're flying the flight sim, you want to look for that beacon light there. Boom. And it always flashes at the same rate. So that's a good way to find a plane at night. Or sorry, find an airport at night. If you want to find an airport at night, that's a good way to do it. There's the Northern Lights too. That's kind of unique. So you can actually see the Northern Lights. When I visited Yellowknife in real life, I saw, as soon as I got out of the airport, I saw the Northern Lights, which was really cool. So we got throttle. We got our prop setting. I can't really reach it. I would have to kind of move the plane. Or wait, sorry, I'd have to not move the plane, but move my body and kind of go here to adjust this. And then we got the mixture controls here. Windshield wipers. So let's go here. Beautiful Yellowknife. So nice out here. So we'll just kind of turn around and land here. So these planes are, if you're not familiar with the Twin Otter, these planes are pretty popular for like different bush flying, remote flying. And they also have a lot of Twin Otters in the Maldives too. So they fly like, I think, to resorts and stuff. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how active they are for, because I don't know if they're as active as they used to be when I was kind of looking at it. They may not be as flying as much out in the Maldivian Islands, but I have no idea. Because I know there's a Canadian company that that used to have a lot of planes out there. Kind of losing a lot of altitude here. So we'll go ahead and just do a landing here. We'll put one notch of flaps down. Again, I don't know the actual like landing setup used. We'll have to kind of get some training from watching other YouTube videos. I think that'll be a really good way to learn. It's just go and watch other people fly this plane on YouTube and see what they're doing. And I think that'll be a great way to learn. Or maybe if they allow me to fly in the right seat while they're actually doing a flight, that'd be kind of cool too. So this plane's sinking like a rock. So that's one thing I noticed with the Twin Otter is when you bring the power back, it tends to sink like really well. And I think that's because this plane is designed to get into remote areas where you have to have a really good rate of descent, stuff like that, right? So all right, let's make this landing here. Holy crap, it's sinking. It's sinking. It's sinking. And we'll go to a cruise attitude, a little bit nose up. Oh, that was probably a little rough landing. Should be all right. And then we'll straighten the nose, straight with rudder. And so we'll put the parking brake on. I think we have like a a reverse thrust in the plane. I'm not 100% sure, but pretty sure there's a reverse thrust reverse in the Twin Otter, from what I remember. So, avionics. So there's some other stuff up here. Cool. So that was kind of fun. Compass correction card. So this is basically the compass itself. When you're reading, when you see, if you want to fly north using the compass, you're going to steer for 001 because there's an error in the compass. That's what that's used for. And what is this up here? Oh, this is just telling you what flap setting you're at, which is good. Cool, this is going to be a lot of fun to fly. I still have a lot, obviously I got a lot to learn to fly this in the simulator, but this is going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to flying this. So what I'm going to do next is I'll print out the checklist that they came with, and then also too, I'm going to tomorrow, what I'm thinking of doing is going to a flight school I used to train with, and what they usually do with different IFR approach charts is once they expire, they just I think they just put it away, or I might see if I can grab some from the school because I don't think they use it after, or they just kind of store it away, and see if I can have some approach charts to have for the flight simulator. So that might be an idea if you are like a flight simmer, is if you want to get some IFR approach charts that you can use, in physically have the paper in front of you. That might be useful. Or I know a lot of people just have a virtual approach chart that they get online, which is good too. So, but I might try to get some paper ones. That just makes it a little bit more realistic, I guess. So. Cool. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it maybe inspired you to get this airplane if you haven't bought it or whatnot. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.